So much media, so little time. Who keeps track of it all? That would be me. This is Bob Andelman, and this is the Mr. Media Interview, broadcast and recorded live on blogtalkradio.com from the new media and baseball capital of the world, St. Petersburg, Florida. Alana De La Garza is part of one of TV's proudest and longest-running dramatic institutions, the Law & Order franchise. She plays Assistant District Attorney Connie Rubirosa alongside Linus Roache and Sam Waterson, taking to court the cases developed on the street by Jeremy Sisto and Anthony Anderson. Alana, welcome to Mr. Media.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, welcome to Mr. Media. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Hey, I'm wondering, this is your second season on the show, right?
Third, actually.
Third. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's all right.
Well, time flies, you know?
No, it does.
When you joined the show, I mean, this show's been around forever. It's famous for people stay a few seasons, they come, they go, sometimes they come back. How involved was the show's founder, creator, Dick Wolf, in your actual casting?
Actually, hugely. He was there the first time I read for a different role, and I got finished with that, and he looked at me and he said, "How are you at cold readings?" And I said, "We are about to find out, aren't we?" And I read to play an ADA, but actually the character didn't have a name. There was nothing, about her written yet. So once I got the part, then they gave me a name and all the christening began. So it was a fun process. But yeah, he's very, very involved.
Oh, so you did not know when you came in that you were reading for this part? What did you think you were reading for?
No, in fact, I believe it was for a police officer, for a detective on Criminal Intent. It was even a different show.
Wow.
And I think he just thought, I see lawyer. So thank God he did and took a chance.
Wow. Well, maybe it's part of the nature of this family of shows, because people come and go, that I guess you have to be ready for that when you go and read for that show.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as an actor, too, things constantly change, and that often happens. You go in for one role, but they see something else, and you jump in and hope you do a good job. So, luckily they asked me to read that the other sides.
Now, when you joined the show, and at the time the New York Times pointed out that you were the first Hispanic assistant district attorney on the show, was that a big deal to you or to the people casting the show at the time?
Yeah, I think, when I was first told that, or it was first pointed out, I really felt like, that's something that I'm really proud of, my heritage. And, of course, me and my father are very proud, and it's something that I really wanted to represent and stand by. And to this day, I actually get, other Latino people that are like, "Hey, thanks for representing, and that's awesome," and it makes you feel good. And I want to know that some other little girl is looking up going, "Hey, I could do that. I could become a lawyer or whatever I want to be." And that's nice. Role models are important, and I'm proud to be able to do it.
Has that heritage evidenced itself in terms of, the show notoriously does not go too much into the private lives of the characters. Obviously, there's only so much time. But is Connie consciously Hispanic, or is it just a matter of you are Hispanic, she is Hispanic, and we run from there?
I think it's probably a little bit of both. There have been episodes where her Latin roots kind of are exposed a little more, and I think it was last season I had an episode where I actually spoke Spanish to someone else, that was Spanish, and we had a connection that way, and I guess he confided in me because, I could touch him on a different level, but for the most part, Connie's a lawyer first, and that's kind of a side story. So.
Now, before joining Law & Order, you had what I think is the longest run of your career was on CSI Miami in terms of number of episodes. How different are these two shows in terms of on-the-set practices and cast behavior?
For me, they're completely different, only because my roles were completely different. Because on CSI Miami, I was David Caruso's, Horatio's wife. And so it was a completely different energy, and I was, constantly in trouble or smoking pot or doing something. Oh, H, save me, kind of thing, which was really fun to play. The damsel in distress was always a fun role, but the great thing about Law and Order is that I get to help the damsel in distress, and I really enjoy that. I enjoy playing a strong character who doesn't apologize and is out for justice, and that's very cool.
Now, a second ago, you said you played David Caruso's wife, and then you changed it to Horatio Cain's wife. Anything you want to clarify there?
Well, they are the same person, but it's David Caruso. It's actually very different from Horatio. He's very funny and easygoing, and Horatio, of course, is very deep and really dark and wounded. So, that was always fun to be laughing on set, and then suddenly they call action, and he's got the glasses, and he's ready to go. So that's cool.
Now, when you joined Law and Order, I'm kind of curious. Again, what I referred to earlier, that people come and go from these group of shows a lot. Did Sam Waterson or any of the other regulars give you, I don't know, any advice on surviving the series or being prepared for the ups and downs that it may have?
No one ever, says, hi, welcome, be prepared to be fired, but they were all very, very welcoming. I remember my first day, actually, Jesse Martin, when he was on the show, he was in hair and makeup, and I walked in the hair and makeup room and, of course, recognized him, and I said, hi, I haven't had a chance to meet you. And he stood up and gave me a big hug and said, welcome, and I thought, oh, this is great, this is going to be all right. And really, everyone has been like that from the beginning, and now it's funny to be, it's only my third year, but I'm one of the veterans, among Sam Waterson and Paper Murkison, and it's great to be able to do that to someone else. When I first met Linus Roache, who plays Michael Cutter, who's just a wonderful actor and has become a great friend, too, and Jeremy Sisto, and now Anthony Anderson, and it's a real gift to be able to work among friends, and talent.
Must be nice, too, to reach 3 seasons on a show. I mean, that's like a career in TV time.
Absolutely. I still pinch myself and say, I can't believe I get paid to do this. I love what I do, and it makes for a happy life, so it's cool.
One last question. I know you have to get going.
Sure.
When you get your script each week, what's the first thing you look for?
First thing I look for? Well, gosh, I don't know. The first thing I do is read it. And read it slowly, because some of the stories I'm like, what? Oh, my gosh, what's happening? Who's that character, So, yeah, I just whip it open and read it. I get excited to find out what happens in each episode and how it ends and, where the formula takes you, so to speak.
I guess into your third season, you're not as worried about going in and counting, do I have enough lines? Am I participating in?
Yeah, I love to be in it, and there's always episodes where you're a little lighter, and then there's episodes where you're really involved. So you really have to, kind of jump in, and the episodes that are lighter, you make the most of it, and know that this isn't a character-driven show. You really have to make a character out of these lines that, might just be information or whatever, and you have to create that relationship. So that's always a challenge and fun.
Well, folks, check out actor Alana De La Garza's work on the classic NBC series, Law & Order, every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And Alana, it was delightful to talk to you, and thank you so much for joining us on Mr. Media today.
You too. Have a great morning.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.